remember a little episode I did a while ago here at the Logic HQ. A little tester, a little teaser to test the format to see whether it all works. I'm delighted to say that it does work, and we've got a guest today, Mr. Benjamin Daly.
Hello.
Benjamin or Ben?
Ben, well, I don't mind. I'm pretty flexible
I'm sure you
on
get
that.
called a lot worse online. Like
Oh,
yeah. Perfect. So Ben is going to be joining me, and I want you to fire questions at the pair of us, but try and focus on him. I'm going to be doing the interrogating via the laptop here. So it's fully interactive today. It's quite exciting. Not only that, Ben will be playing. Apparently, you're going to be playing Forza.
Okay. We can take turns.
I've
We
heard
can
you
laugh
about
at
this.
you and laugh at me.
Honestly, I'm appalling. Anyone that's tuned in and watching me gaming before, it's like letting your granddad have a go.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, I'm backwards the whole time. So if you missed it as well, there is a free car available. There is a McLaren 600 LT, I believe.
Yeah, that's the one.
You're a McLaren guy as well, are you
Yeah,
not?
quite a bit. Yeah, I'm a McLaren Shadow Ambassador for esports, so.
We'll get on to McLaren as well, because McLaren's you watch some of the channels, so you.
Oh, yeah.
So I've got. Having had a McLaren before, we'll get into this.
I'm quite interested to know your thoughts as well, because I do want to potentially look up getting one day. So.
I've got lots of opinions on that. So
yeah.
we're going to get into that. Right, I'm going to hand you the controller, and you can crack on. Well, we've got quite the spread here, by the way. You can't see where you are. We've got pizza here. We've got Pringles. We've got non-alcoholic beer because we've both driven.
Yeah.
And we'll get into what you've driven here today as well.
Okay. Sweet.
So car man. So. Some of my audience will not know who you are. Most of them will because you're more popular online than I am.
I don't know about
Not
that.
difficult at the moment. No one gives a toss about what I'm up to. So, okay. Someone's saying can't hear you, but I think we're all good. Here we go then. Right, are you gonna pick a little track?
I have no idea what I haven't played this game in like 2 years.
Oh come on!
But
You know what you're
I'll
doing.
figure something out. Alright, let's go here. Do a little race. I don't even know what car I'm in.
I think we pre-selected something.
Oh, the SLS. Hello.
I was in mine earlier. It's good news.
Yeah.
It's good news.
Didn't break down?
It didn't actually, no. That's one of the only cars I get in, and I'm like, I don't think this is going to break down.
Yeah.
The rest of them is touch and go, but this one is good news. So you do know what you're doing.
Oh, look at this. Is this cockpit accurate to what you see when you're driving?
Steering wheel's on the other side. No, but that's pretty legit. I was in mine earlier actually. Boiling hot today.
Yeah, it was.
Dog sweating out, panting. The aircon's broken, so not great. Right, the questions are coming in. Make sure you churn them in, fire them in, and I'm going to start rattling through them very shortly. So fire away. Ask us anything. So have a little hoon around. What did you come here today in?
I came in an A35 Mercedes, bright yellow, Archie Hamilton spec, basically.
Can we cancel this? Can we get him out of here?
I didn't wrap it around a tree, so it's all good.
Perfect. Well, I thought we were driving, though.
Yeah. It's easy stuff.
Right. How are you finding it?
It's really good. It's a really capable daily. Like, I'd probably say the perfect daily, but as you probably know, it's not the most exciting thing in the world. It's
not, but I do think they're good news in terms of the A45's a bit. Have you driven the A45?
I haven't, no.
It's a little bit more highly strung, and I
Yeah.
don't think you'd necessarily want that as a daily.
I mean, I like a bit of fun, but yeah, the thing that I find with my car is it does lack a bit of character. I've not been able to break traction at all ever. Yeah, it just
Not
goes
trying hard enough.
Yeah, not trying. Obviously,
Not on public roads.
on a racetrack, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm struggling to catch this thing. This thing's
It's
very,
SLS,
very-
mate. It's habit. This is like me just driving onto the shops. Bit of pavement, a few lampposts, but no, they are quite twitchy apparently.
Yeah.
Not
yeah.
that I know. I'm the most useless driver, so I just sort of drive around like a granddad, basically. So A35 then. How long have you had it?
Not long, like 6 months. So I got it just before the second lockdown, I think. Done a few little trips in it, but not many. Yeah, it's a good little car. I really do rate it. And I don't think I'll get rid of it anytime soon, that's for sure.
I was going to say 6 months. That's an eternity for us car
Yeah.
You run out of videos for about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And then you're churning it and you're going again.
Exhaust wrap, why I bought it, why I sold it. Off she goes.
Yeah, you've got a few videos before it even turns up there. You've got I'm buying.
Oh yeah, you got to do the tour of all the different cars that you want to get in competition, kind of thing.
Yeah. You're gonna have a look at some M2s in there. You're gonna have a look at an S3. You're gonna just waste everyone's time
Golf R.
for about 2 months prior to the car turning up.
Yeah.
Then you do a configuration video. They go well. Just sitting on a configurator doing a screen record.
Yeah.
Because you can drag them out for quite some time on that. Good. Are you planning on modding it? And do you, I don't watch any YouTube. I was explaining this to you earlier. I don't watch any YouTube, so I'm an ignorant pig. I'm probably the worst person to be asking you questions. Is it all online stuff, or do you do kind of storylines with your cars? Does that sort of stuff fly on your channel?
I haven't done anywhere near as much car stuff on my channel as what I'd like to. Basically, all I've done is car reveals, and then I get rid of it. I really should do some more. I want to do like a video where I review the ownership experience of an R8 after like a year and a half. Just driving vlogs, stuff like that, because like in a few years' time, when I eventually sell these cars, I want to look back and remember all the fun times that I had. So.
Do you know what? That is actually one of the cool things about documenting it all. And when you do come to get rid of it, when you've got a used car and you've had it for like 2 years, not that's ever happened to me, as long as I keep the car as well, 3 weeks. But when you go to buy a used car, you don't know what's happened to that car. You just turn up and what you see is what you get.
Yeah.
And you have to just trust whatever mate he's saying in front of you. But when a YouTuber sells a car, people have seen that for years before, and they've had basically this is your life in videos, which you rarely ever get. So it does help with coming out of the car, unless you've been tracking it and crashing it and whatever, and documenting all that, or it's constantly been issues. So it's a good idea. It's easy content as well. Chucking a GoPro in front of me.
It's very different to what I do, because I do everything in basically like this. I don't have to worry about setting GoPros up and making sure they're charged and whatever. I find that like when I have shot car videos, they're very time consuming. Like
really,
you can whack out a gaming video, the recording process in an hour or 2 hours tops. But a car video can take you half a day, a whole day.
I guess the edits aren't really that bad either, because you don't need to do drive-bys, no drone shots.
No.
Not that I bother with that stuff. This is exactly why. And you're just sat in front. I'm actually quite jealous.
Really?
I might just start doing gaming stuff. I might have to get like Mahmood to play for me in the background. So just so there's like someone with a bit of talent in there. It's a bit stressful doing automated YouTube, because the overheads are aggressive.
Oh yeah,
really
when you're going through cars and stuff like that, and servicing, insurance. I've watched a few of your videos and seen some of the breakdown stuff. Like costing of your cars to run them for a year is insane.
I like to live life with high stress. That said, though, I'm kind of forced into that, because there's not one thing. You know how most people they have a skill and they're like really good at something and they can kind of smash that. There's nothing that I would hand on heart say I'm actually really good at, like gaming.
Yeah.
But I can do driving around in a circle with a GoPro in the car. I can
Drag
do
race?
that. Drag race, I would probably struggle to get the launch right, and then I get told off and abused by everyone. But yeah, driving around in cars and just basically doing what I've always wanted to do with cars, collecting them and faffing around with them and calling it a job. That's the only way I was ever going to do it. So.
What I like about your channel is you have lots of banter. When you have lots of people on, that comes across, and the personality really comes out. I think it's really, really watchable, which is.
I appreciate that. The last thing I wanted to do with the channel was to be just kind of review the new 5 Series diesel. I don't want to be a car reviewer. There's loads of people that do an amazing job of that.
Yeah.
It's not where my interest lies. All I wanted to do basically was just create a channel where people would tune in to kind of see what I'm up to.
Yeah.
And kind of just enjoy the journey of me practicing around with cars, basically.
Lifestyle.
Yeah, lifestyle, but people cringe.
Okay,
if I say lifestyle.
Sorry.
No, don't apologise to me. Well, I'm going to dig into these comments then. A little bitches. Scott J. Parks, hello mate. I picked you out of hundreds actually. There's chaos in here at the moment. Scott J. Parks has asked, dream cars, gentlemen. Now I bang on about on my channel what my dream cars are the whole time.
Oh, you should start then, because you're well prepared for this question.
I'd love an F40.
Oh yeah. Who wouldn't?
I think I saw one earlier with trade plates on it going down the A3.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Unfortunately, not to my garage. Someone else's, I assume. Carrera GT was on there, but that's.
They've skyrocketed, haven't they?
Level unlocked. Well, I'm telling everyone they have, and hopefully they will if I insist on it enough. That's the plan. Driving up the market. A couple of my followers recently bought one.
Nice.
Which is bonkers, yeah. Just sliding into my DMs. Hi TGE, I bought a Carrera GT, it arrives next week. Here's some photos. What?
See if you can get a drive in that.
Casual, yeah. Better off driving someone else's than mine. It's far too expensive to drive around it. Someone said, TGE, why have you blocked me email? Do you block a lot of people?
No, I just let it run rampant, and eventually they get quiet. Basically, I don't know. I find that if you address the negative attention, you often get more. So I feel like that's a good process for me. I just let it run. I'm pretty good. I've got a pretty good audience, I won't lie.
To be fair, considering how punchable I am, I'm all right as well. But I think there's some people, they say certain things you can't leave on a public forum. You just have to get rid of it. I don't know why I blocked you, mate. Sorry about that. Someone's asking any news on my Urus. I'm getting it. What is your thoughts on the Lamborghini Urus? Do you like it? I mean, you don't have to be nice about it. I kind of hate it, but
I am not that interested in it, if I'm honest. It's a nice car.
No, that's fair.
I've heard it's pretty Larry. Beyond that, not really. I'm not into the whole SUV stuff.
Oh, really? Oh, that's interesting.
I like the odd Range Rover and Jaguar F-Pace. I don't know, whatever. But supercars and coupes and sports cars are more my thing. Hatchbacks even.
No, I totally get that. Urus basically is just, I didn't want to like it. I abused it for 2 or 3 years when it came out, and I was like, it's rubbish. They're for the worst people on earth. They're for drug dealers. They look horrible. They're just an Audi. And then I got lent one for a week, and I lived in it. And I was like, I need one of these things. I was just constantly in it, staring out the window. It was just the best thing ever. So I got one coming, but unfortunately, the spec makes it look like a Zanussi. I don't want to give too much of it away.
Okay.
Other fridge brands are available. It's a cancelled order, so I think it's going to upset people. How you won?
I won, yeah, somehow. I was able to keep it off the snow, which was lovely.
What I'm enjoying is that you're kind of upping my ranking or whatever it is on here. You're making me look good because this is my,
That's what I'm here for.
User profile. So yeah, you can come on every week. Thank you very much. Someone's asked an interesting question. Are you a watchman?
No.
Not much your watches. Is it a not yet or just no?
No, I think that might be the kind of thing you get into when you're a little bit older. I don't even have an Apple Watch, so I wouldn't mind one of those, but watches, not for me, not yet.
That's fair enough. Someone was telling you to turn off the traction control. Is that a thing?
I'm pretty sure it was off. It's pretty Larry.
Yeah, it was off. Go away. Loads of people are going on about the traction control. Someone's asking me what is my best supercar. All right, you watch the channel.
Yeah.
What's the favourite car that I've got? If you could pick any of the cars, and I kept the V5, you could never sell them, you could just have it and drive it around and it was yours, what would you pick at the current moment?
A little different in mind.
You have to remind me what you
bigger.
got. You go through so
Do you
many
know what?
cars.
I thought you'd say that. That it was a Lamborghini Huracan Evo.
Oh.
Rear-wheel drive.
Okay.
Sorry,
I was thinking Performante. No, never mind.
I'm not a Performante man, shall we say.
Okay.
We've got an SLS, an F12, Carrera GT, an E93 M3, getting quite specific.
Oh, yeah, nice, yeah.
A 1987 911 Targa, a 1966 Porsche 912, 2002 Porsche Carrera 4S. I'm starting to collect crappy old Porsches.
Yeah.
There's a theme to that.
Get in a museum.
992 Turbo S, which is gone / going on the way out. It's not going to be seen on the channel again, I don't think.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's 1 or 2 more I've forgotten about. I've got a Range Rover.
You don't have your Pista anymore, do you?
No, that ended up in Malaysia.
I love that car.
Yeah.
I really like that car.
I loved it as well, but it was really divisive on the internet.
Okay. I'd probably say your SLS. It's iconic. I love it. Yeah.
That is a very, very good answer. Anyone who likes the SLSs?
Got good taste.
Yeah.
I like to think so.
Good old boys. SLS. Do you know what? SLS is one of the cars you drive around in and you're not hated. People don't look at you and think, I'd like to punch his lights out. Like you must get it in your R8. A little bit.
Yeah, people give me looks, but I'd imagine if you drive something like a Ferrari or a Lambo, you get some looks.
Yeah, you can see it, and you almost can hear the comments as you're going past, the muttering.
Yeah.
But there you go, you signed up to it. So on the R8 topic then, which one is it that you've got?
Gen 1 V8 manual, all carbon bits.
The one to have.
Yeah, I personally wish it was the 08 or 09 model because the interior looks a little bit dated. It's very specific. There's like red
I like
interior. No, the dash lights are like in red.
Yeah.
But like the later models are in white, and I think that's a little bit nicer.
Can't you just like change the bulb or something?
I think you can replace the head unit or something, but I can't be bothered with that. I'd rather do an exhaust or something first.
It's content.
Yeah.
It's all content.
Exactly.
Changing the dash. I mean, I'd make a 10-part series about changing the dash lights. I've managed to milk about 15 videos out of my my little old green classic Porsche, and I've driven it once on the channel, but there's 15 videos about it.
Oh, no.
Just yeah, every little thing gets a whole video. Are you keeping that car?
I think so. Yeah, I'm weighing it up at the moment. I'd love to get a McLaren. I'm always like looking ahead to like what I can get next or what I can afford or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, I really like McLarens at the moment. Must be biased, but.
Are you being paid? Is this an
No,
ad?
not
ad on the screen somewhere?
Not at all. There's so many cars that I really like. I'd love to get like a 458 or a Hurricane. Yeah.
458s are great.
But thing is, 488s are like similar money now.
There's a reason for that. It's kind of. I just think. I would always go 458 if you can get a 458 with manufacturer warranty.
Yeah.
I'd just get 458. The tech's crap in it, but.
You don't buy it for the tech.
It's just cool, and I think they're one of those cars. They're just looking better with age. It didn't look rubbish when it came out, but I think it's looking better.
Yeah, I think it's aged really well. Same with my R8. Like look at it from the outside, and it just looks like a fairly new car, just about.
They're iconic.
Yeah,
and it was what was it? iRobot, wasn't it? It was the concept car.
iRobot and Iron Man movies. It was also the cover car for Forza 3. Forza Motorsport 3, so it's been around a bit in pop culture, so could do well for its values long term. I mean, it's like, I had a look at the values and they haven't moved in 5 years.
It's going nowhere, mate. If you keep that clean, keep the service history up to scratch, don't wrap around a tree.
Yeah.
Don't take the panels off 15 times to wrap it. Just look after it, document yourself looking after it online.
Yeah.
There'll be someone for that car that will just get you out of it without even listing it for sale.
It's got such low miles. When I bought it, it had 17k miles for an 07 car.
Wow.
And it's got all the options for what you can get for that year, so it's definitely a good one. I'm almost scared to, well, I'm not scared to, but I don't want to put a ton of miles on it.
That's the thing, and I get told off it on my channel all the time, wow, put more miles on your car. It's like, well, you buy one, you put as many miles on it as you like, you take it on track days, you smash it to smithereens, and you're not going to hear me telling you what to do with it. But until then, I'm going to do what I want with money that I've earned.
Yeah, it's your car.
How does that sound?
Exactly.
It is always it's never really the people that have an R8 or a supercar telling you that.
No.
Because those people that have wedged themselves into it, and I presumably, it's not something you just bought on a whim and just thought, it's an R8, so they'll just kind of buy it, blink, and not notice the purchase. Obviously, it's a huge purchase, particularly. I mean, you're basically half my age. It's something like you're going to be nervous about it, and you're going to treat it with some respect, and you're not just going to kind of bat around. And the other thing as well, if you start using that just to go to, Safeways every day, the specialness kind of falls out of it, and you start almost resenting the car a little bit because the unusability of it every single day. It'll get boring to you.
Take it for granted and stuff.
Yeah, 100%. And I've been guilty of that years and years ago. You just start kind of getting bored of cars, so it's nice to be able to crack that open on a sunny day and think, I haven't driven this in a while.
Oh yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah, I was guilty of that like the first year that I had it because I didn't have anything else nice alongside it. I had like an old diesel Mini, and I just wanted to be like, I'll get the R8. But now I got my daily, that's a bit more sporty, and I can really appreciate both cars for like values, completely different values that they add to, driving and the ownership experience and what have you.
A hot hatch daily is a good mood.
Oh yeah, it's so practical. Basically do anything I want in it.
When you go over a pothole and you're like, no, it's fine.
Let's
have another. Those new Mercs, they don't really go wrong unless yours has.
No, it's been bulletproof.
They don't.
And even my R8 was up until like 2 weeks ago.
What happened?
It was due an oil change, and there was an engine light that came up. So I was like, it's alright. And then, not alright, but I didn't drive around much.
Take the fuse out the back, it'll be fine.
And then I drove it like literally the day before it was meant to go in service, and then started smoking. Turns out,
do you want to broadcast this?
No, that's fine. One of the radiator fans just stopped working basically, and it overheated a little bit. Nothing crazy, but it was not a cheap fix, that's for sure. But it's all good. It's all good now.
How much?
1.7k for everything.
Chaos!
Yeah.
So they let you finance that? That'd be me, gone. Ground zero, crippled, into the end of the job, done.
But no, it's alright. It's the first thing that's even moderately gone wrong in like a year and a half. And a lot of people say, a classic car like that, or well, not classic, but like modern classic, bankrupt you or whatever. But
Realistically though, and do you know what as well, in your field, I would be surprised if there weren't so many places that work on those cars that wouldn't be willing to do a bit of a meal deal in exchange for some content. You know, I picture the thumbnail now. You going like this near your car, or maybe your audience don't put up with this rubbish. Like putting a hand in your hand saying my aerate's broken, maybe an asterisk is the end or something like that.
Yeah, should give it a
video.
try. Yeah,
and then you can do it at the place that's working on your car. Not that I'd ever do things like this, of course.
I really wish I would have filmed it. Could have got some clickbait out of it. But I wasn't.
Oh, nice picture of it on the side of the road with steam coming out of it. And maybe just Photoshop a bit more steam on there. Maybe a flame. Lovely.
81 mil views. Off we go.
Easy peasy. I mean, I'm not telling you how to do YouTube. How many subs have you got?
580k.
That is mental. I knew it was like 500 and something.
Yeah. It adds up over time. You don't think about it. I still see myself as like a smallish YouTuber, but
that's bonkers.
Adds up over time, yeah.
Particularly in the UK, that's like bonkers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about 200 over here, and none of them watch it anymore. So.
I go through phases as well, but my channel like really fluctuates. Like F1 gaming content is very seasonal. It's like when the F1 season is out and when a new game comes out, it's hitting trending. Like, but then come winter break, nobody wants to watch it.
So your main thing, like, what's your main content then? F1.
Yeah.
What do you do then? Rainy season, winter.
I keep doing F1 basically, but I try and like venture off into other sims like iRacing and Assetto Corsa and stuff like that. And I wanted to do car stuff, but like lockdown and stuff, and yeah,
it's hard. But I think you raised a good point actually with the lockdown stuff. We were getting JIT being automotive YouTubers. Obviously, you can work from your front room, so that's your office. But as automotive YouTubers, we were getting told off for driving around on our own in the car. And
not putting anyone else at risk.
Not putting anyone else at risk, but my point was, you know, these cars are a business. Yeah. This is my job. Getting eyeballs is my job. You know, that's work, and I can't drive my F12 around my front room. Yeah. I mean, if I could, I'd be doing it. Believe me, there's barely enough room for my dog to run around in there, let alone drive the F12 around. So I had to educate is a nice way of putting it. I had to educate a few people in the comments saying, look, you know, if I stop making videos, the wheels of industry stop being greased, and you know, everything falls apart. So at that point, I did wish I actually did some streaming stuff.
Did you? What did you stream?
I did some Forza stuff.
Nice.
Hopeless, but we did it with a car brand, and everyone got a free car, and it was great. But that was when my eyes were kind of first open to there's this whole world online. A world obviously you've been working in for years and years. And it's kind of I knew it existed, but I didn't realise how engaged people are.
Oh yeah.
The kind of people that are online racing, they're on it, and they know all about this kind of streaming tech, which still completely baffles me. Big up Veloci for sorting it all out. I have absolutely no idea.
Shout out to the boys.
Yeah, shout out. Right, someone's telling me to get a Bentley Flying Spur as a replacement for my Turbo S. What do you think of the Bentley Flying Spur? I think I'm probably going to know what you're going to say to this.
I don't have a Scooby-Doo. I don't really pay that much attention to Bentley, if I'm
honest. Perfect, fine. Big up Bentley if you're watching.
Are they good though?
Yeah, to waft around in, yeah, fine. To park, no. To get into any form of
they are pretty
shopping centre or supermarket, no. Not a chance. Someone's asking me, am I allowed to say who the new pista owner is in Malaysia? I don't know who it is, to be honest with you. Soz. Someone's asking, I'm presuming he's talking to me. He's asking, do you remember the Oceania days? Well, maybe you used to go to Oceania, did you?
I'm from Australia, so I moved to the UK 2 years ago.
No, you dodged a bullet then, no?
What?
You dodged a bullet.
Okay.
Someone's asking, do you two have any other passions? Do you have any other passions? Passion's quite a strong word.
Shoes, fashion. I know you're quite into your shoes.
Yeah, not you do. I'll rate my shoes today.
They're about a 4. You know what? I'm pretty particular.
Not putting up with this.
There are some shoes I like and some that I'm not really a fan of. Like some of the what are they?
700s, aren't they?
Yeah, the 700. Anything above the 350.
For the benefit of the viewers at home, we've got my back. Jeez, 700s on.
I only like the 350s.
Which ones are they?
They're the classic.
No, I got sick of those.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can't. I like the original Turtle Doves and the Pirate Blacks, but now
The
when you
Pirate
see
Blacks,
people wearing them, you're like, you've got, you know, version 38 of the,
yeah,
of
I
the
mean,
replicas.
they are very
Yeah.
attainable now and everywhere. So yeah,
Very comfortable.
I love your Air Diors though. Beautiful.
They're rude shoes. Do you know what? They're the one shoes. If I think the poster's going to die engagement-wise, and I just put the Air Diors. People get wound up. Wear them on the beach. I wore them on the beach in Barbados. People were fuming. Like the people eating in the restaurant, they all stopped what they were doing and watched me walking. You know the wet bit of the beach where the sand's like
Yeah.
the sea's like knocking around on there. They were furious. They all stopped what they were doing just to look at my shoes, being like salt water going on. Perfect. Very nice shoes.
Yeah.
But now they cause havoc. Those things.
Mm.
We have no manners. We're literally both just talking our mouths full. Disgusting. Bear that in mind if you want to tune in again. What else have we got? Someone's asking for Chris. Have you seen my dog?
I think so. Yeah.
Hmm.
In one of the vlogs in the car.
He stinks.
What kind of breed is he?
He's a French bulldog, but I think his dad's like got some Rottweiler in him because he's not very like smushed. You know, like most of them are like.
Yeah.
He's kind of like a little bit more drawn out, and he doesn't have any like breeding problems or anything. So.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, we had a breeder saying, you know, he's got something else in him, but I didn't buy him, I just got given him, so I don't really care, as long as he's happy and healthy.
Yeah.
I'm not bothered. What else do we have? Oh, there's havoc in here. Please keep it clean in the comments, ladies and gents, where possible. Someone's asking how my new kitchen is coming on. That is really boring chat. I know I make out like I like kitchens, but I don't really. I'm renovating a house at the moment.
Yeah.
Have you seen any of that?
No, I haven't.
It's dire. It's dire content.
Yeah.
I'm doing this renovation project with Wix.
Okay.
They're great. The kitchen's great, but like, you know, trying to get my audience, car audience, engaged about a kitchen. I mean, I'm sure. I mean, how well would a kitchen sell go down?
In my channel, not great.
No?
You venture anything outside of F1 and they're like, oh, this isn't F1, and
Really?
they'll kick off. Yeah, even like car stuff or like
Really?
Forza stuff, like doesn't always translate. That F1 fans are like very hyper focused on F1 and mostly nothing else. Yeah, it's quite frustrating, but yeah,
Would you ever set up? I mean, you may well do. Have you got a second channel?
I do have a second channel, which I like set up a month ago, but it's a clips channel, which basically is just shorts from all of my streams and YouTube stuff.
Shorts.
Yeah.
What am I doing with those? How do I do a short? Because I gather all the cool kids are doing shorts on YouTube.
I'm not doing like the shorts, like the vertical ones. I'm just doing short videos, and the algorithm is really liking them at the moment.
Really?
Yeah, it's really taking off. 'Cause I think YouTube is trying to be a bit like TikTok and trying to take over that space. So it's a highly contentious market at this point.
Bloody TikTok. Are you on TikTok?
I am, yeah. I don't post very often.
Are you good at it?
No, not really.
I'm atrocious. Have you got loads of followers on there?
I got like 7K or something, which is
It's alright.
it's
Sterling
alright.
effort.
Yeah. I don't post much. I've only done like a handful of videos.
Do you know what? I just feel like the numbers are like fudged because like some of them just absolutely slap. You get like 1 million views in
Oh
there.
yeah.
You're like, what? Did 1 million people really see that?
The discoverability
Millions
is
a lot.
crazy. Yeah. But it's just people like scrolling up, scrolling down, scrolling past you or whatever. But
My girlfriend's constantly on there. So, like, because otherwise I wouldn't accept that anyone was using TikTok. I just I can't. And even posting a thing with like words on the screen at certain times. Have you done that? It's rocket science. I'm telling you, it's like impossible.
It's like editing a main video.
Squinting, I'm needing to get glasses. It's like editing a main video. I'd rather edit a full YouTube video than try and do a remotely ambitious TikTok.
Yeah.
I only signed up for it because they said you could get paid per view.
Oh really?
£3 on there.
Okay.
It's poo.
Yeah.
£3 still good, but not worth the squinting. Someone is asking, can we see a POV blast in the F12 sometime this war? This is the thing about automotive content on public roads. And this is something you don't have to bear in mind when you're kind of sat in front of them. People want to see you absolutely smashing the life out of your cars, but
you
it's
can't.
public roads.
Yeah.
So you also want to smash the life out of your cars, and you can drive spirited on public roads, but you can't be seen to be. Well, you can, and there are automotive YouTubers who will literally just back down the middle lane of the motorway at 180.
We're in Mexico today.
And just blur the speedo or blur the outside, and they just get away with it somehow. But then there was another guy who got 6 points for police worked out when he did some country road review in I won't actually say which car. I don't want to say who it was, but he was doing this country review anyway in this bloody supercar, and the police, someone at the police watched it and worked out where he was, because it was one continuous shot, I think.
Okay.
They could work out he went past, you know, the Black Swan pub at one sector.
And did it have to be in their like jurisdiction for them to charge him, kind of thing, or?
I don't know. I think so. I don't know. But they got him.
Wow.
He went to court, and they screwed him to the floor. So 6 points, maybe 9.
Wow.
Just for a
crazy.
YouTube video, which he probably made like $200 in AdSense from. He lost half his license. But ever since then, I've been a bit like. Ugh. So the person asking POV stuff's, you know, smashing around in F12. You can't do anything in F12 without, you know, getting to 140 miles an hour with just a little squirt.
I swear, living by the Nürburgring, living in Germany by the Autobahn is a good shout.
Yeah, it is. Would you move there?
No, there's nothing
Too
there.
many to think
There's nothing there for me. I'd love to do a road trip there, go to the Nürburgring and have a blast around the track in one of my cars or something.
Maybe we'll do a trip.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking to go over there ASAP. I want to go to the Porsche Museum and be really nerdy and boring. You might want to dodge that bit. Anally retentive.
No, I quite like that kind of stuff.
What's next in the garage?
Weighing up my options. McLaren, like I said, I'd love a 720S. You probably think I'm crazy for saying that.
Do you know what? I don't. I think everyone expects me to bash McLarens, but I've been vocal on where I think they've gone wrong, but I also think they're amazing cars for the money that they're now at. I think you'd be mental to buy one new.
Oh no, I wouldn't buy one new. No.
But I think what you get for your money, and if you get a good car, I think you could do.
You're winning, yeah.
Do you know what I think is a really good buy, and dare I say it, when they were really putting a lot of effort into their cars. Not they don't put a lot of effort into their newer cars, that's a stupid thing to say, but I think the build quality...
It has been a bit amiss last few years.
Before they started all the 570s and all that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
650S is a hell of a car. And
Really?
they're what, 80, 90 grand? 650S Spider, good looking car.
Quick.
If you can buy one with like manufacturer warranty on it, far quicker than you're ever going to even vaguely need. They are hell.
Yeah.
Really comfortable. I don't think they suffer the same issues necessarily as a lot of the kind of the newer stuff that was really mass produced.
Yeah.
I've been told it's a good car. I think 650S is not bad news.
Yeah, I'd say, yeah.
675 LT as well.
Oh, yeah.
Good looking car.
Oh, yeah, I love the sound of that car. You can get a Spider.
And that's the thing about McLaren, because you can take the roof off and it's what, 30 extra kilos? It's nothing.
No, you wouldn't really
And
notice
there's no stiffness issues either.
No.
Because it's all carbon tub, so it's just makes no difference having a convertible roof. So I wouldn't think you're mad. So, but you want a 720S?
720S, but I can't afford one, so I'd probably go for like a 570.
They're doing deals on them.
Yeah.
Speak to McLaren dealer, yeah, they are punting out some serious finance deals on them. I wouldn't knock it just yet. 600 LT is also belting.
Yeah, they're around 720S money.
Yeah.
Aren't they? Yeah.
I haven't heard such bad things for 600 LTs either in terms of reliability. I think the 720 was pretty bad in terms of build quality. Mine was pretty poo. I bought one brand new, £250.
You did, yeah.
Yeah, well, financed the hell out of it, but you know the ticket price was £250. Contrary to popular belief, I didn't get a discount on it. I think everyone assumes I get huge discounts on cars. Sadly not.
You know what was really interesting about the 720 is like when they first came out, there was a bit of like mixed reviews about them, but I think over time people are like appreciating them more. Yeah, just.
I remember those reviews when it first came out, and I was a big McLaren guy. I was like, they're the best thing ever. Soft Ferrari, McLaren's the future. And then the reviews came out of the 720S, and people were saying it's a bit muted, a bit boring to drive, and I was like, how can a car be boring
This
when it's
fast.
that fast?
Yeah.
And then I bought it and I realised.
Yeah. Just lacks a bit of sound.
My spec was terrible anyway, so.
Okay.
I only lost a few grand on that.
Not bad.
It's a good day in the office.
How long did you have it for?
8 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what it was? Because they did a launch edition, which effectively meant that because most cars when they get launched and the first like customer examples, they're all pre-spec'd, and the customers have really poured their heart and soul into speccing those cars up.
Yeah.
And your deposit, your 20, 30 grand, whatever it is locked at the point in which it starts building your specification, because you know you asked for it to be in this colour with those seats.
So that's how it's going to come, yeah.
So that's how it's going to come, and you can't just say I don't want it anymore, because they already start making it.
Yeah.
But what they did with the launch editions, they had 300-400 cars, whatever it was, in locked specs already.
Yeah.
That they were saying, you know, there's 200 white ones, 200 black ones, whatever the hell it was, performance versions, Lux versions. So people were able to order the cars, and then closer to delivery, people always get cold feet and flap and whatever.
Yeah.
People were cancelling, and they were able to get their deposits back because McLaren were building the cars anyway.
Yeah.
So as soon as you've got a model like that, at that level of money, hitting dealerships without customers for them, just stock cars coming in, instantly people are put off.
Yeah.
You don't want to buy something for 250, well actually 300 grand, a lot of them, that are sitting in dealerships or coming in with no buyers, you know what I mean? When they're just coming off a boat with no one having them. You want to buy into something that
It's
you can't get hold of.
after, and there's a waiting list and stuff like that.
Yeah. Human psychology more than anything. So they really stuffed that. But I think they've learned their lessons on it. And I spoke to a McLaren guy at Salmon Pre-Bay, and he was saying, you know, they're limiting production on the new 765 LT, and they're really working hard on stuff. So as a British brand, I want to see them do well. I think they're doing really cool stuff, and it's just a shame some of the things they've done haven't been great, but you know, learning curve. Ferrari haven't always got it right, and in fact, they're getting a lot wrong now as well. What do you make of all the new Ferraris? Roma, F8, tickle your pickle.
F8 looks nice. What's that?
300 grand nice.
This it's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly.
I know, yeah. And what's that? The SF90 or 90 SF? The
Yeah, SF90. I've got one of those
SF90,
next week. I've got a demo. It's been given to me for
they
2
look
days.
really nice. I don't know what they're like to drive. I haven't seen any reviews or anything like that, but just looking at them, they look pretty menacing.
1,000 brake horsepower.
Oh, wow. Hypercar stuff. Man.
Yeah, it is. And I think you can. Most specs are coming out about £450,000, which is a hell of a lot of money. But it's kind of. People are saying it's like a mini lap. Obviously, it doesn't have the V12 in it, but everyone I've spoken to that's driven one said it's literally the best thing since last bed. It's unbelievable.
Wow.
It's got all the new Ferrari like digital tech inside it, and you can spec it to about 390, which sounds like a lot of money, and it is. But if you think people were specking SVJ Roadsters, lol, to 450, 500 grand, 525 was one doing the rounds on the internet.
Wow.
With a popular guy online.
What else does it compete with?
25 grand. SVJ.
Yeah. What else does that kind of compete with apart from?
Well, SF90, nothing. It's right before everything. 0 to 120, someone was telling me was 6 seconds,
Wow.
which is hell.
Yeah, that is ridiculous.
I mean, that makes pretty much everything look slow. I mean, nobody needs that.
No.
So yeah, I've got one from the 6th to the 8th, thanks to Ferrari Maranello.
Tasty.
Yeah, so hopefully that comes back in one piece. I've got to leave my F12 there as like collateral.
Just in case
So
you
I
don't
rang
run
up
off
and
with
said,
it.
I wrapped around the tree. They're like, well, we're keeping your F12, and you still owe us 300 grand.
Wow.
So hopefully. Chris here, I don't know why this comment has jumped out at me. I want your thoughts on it. Chris, just Chris, is asking, shall I attempt to buy a Turbo S on 17 grand a year? Yes, go
Yes.
for it. Get yourself up to your neck in debt. That is my solution.
17 grand a year. What the hell?
But you can put it all into the car
Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
and live in it as well, because you can rev and live in a car that you can only live in a house. So actually, a car is a better buy than a house.
Yeah, you can't put an exhaust on a house, so there you go.
There we go.
Stonks.
You heard it here first. Solid logic. People are a fan of the SF90, apparently in the comments. People like that. Do you like the Lamborghini Sean, or Cyan, or Cyan, or Cyan, or whatever they want you to say?
I must need to catch up on car news because I haven't heard of it. No.
It's this kind of silly hypercar they've done. It's basically an Aventador / Veneno type Centenario thing with a very small electric engine in it, which does not much.
Was it hybrid or just
It
just
is-
the engine, just the
It's
electric?
technically a hybrid. It's actually way cleverer than a normal hybrid. This has got some mad tech in it.
Okay.
But it's a couple of million quid.
Oh wow.
Making a few and whatever.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Real passion project then.
Yeah. I think it's Lambo trying to make electric look exciting, even though there isn't really that much electric in it at all. And
Yeah. Lambo's going to be very interesting to watch over the next,
I don't know
10
what they're
years.
gonna do.
Yeah, because they're all about, the noise and the drama in the theatre. Like, you take the ICE away. What have
We're not going to let that stand, are we?
Just a load of spoilers.
Yeah, it's sharp, aggressive
And
lines.
some Italian flags. Which are good. They're both good.
Yeah.
I do think though there might be something else in it because Porsche have teamed up. I think is it Siemens? They've got some place in Paraguay or Bolivia or something. They're working on synthetic fuels, like e-fuels, basically meaning that it's going to work like normal fuel, but the way of producing it is carbon neutral or carbon negative. So I don't think IC engines are dead yet.
Hopefully not, no.
I think it'd be nice though, anyone that lives on a busy road, for example, bring on the electric cars. You can literally sleep with your windows open and people just kind of humming past. It'll be fun. But I think cars will go in two directions. I think you get the people that are now, commuting to work in a 3-litre Volkswagen Touareg. They'll just drive to work in a fully electric car, which can only be a good thing for everyone.
Yeah. It'd be weird to just hear tyre noise as cars whiz past and stuff
I
like
think
that.
they're going to start putting sort of sci-fi noises like in the Taken.
And little golf buggies, yeah.
Perfect.
What's your favourite car that you've owned? I'm sure you've been asked this a million times, but
I think one of my favourite cars I've ever owned, my 911 Carrera T. A little yellow.
Oh,
911.
nice.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed that, and I'm trying to get another one at the moment. I'm trying to buy another one back. Really enjoyed my GT3 RS.
Oh, yeah.
Good cars.
Did you ever own a GT2?
Nope. No. They've always been silly money. Obviously the older ones are they're silly money as well for an old car.
Yeah.
But the new ones I didn't get allocated one, and they were sort of 600 odd grand when they came out.
Wow.
That is a lot. I know I do a lot of ads, but I'm not spending.
You'd have to sell your whole fleet, or a lot of the fleet to.
Yeah, or some more ball deodorant or whatever it is I'm advertising this week. Right. Someone's asking me, you're not a watch guy, so we're not going to get into that. We're not going to get into it. There's going to be
Sorry, chat.
Boring chat for you ever. What's Logan Gaming? What's this mean? Is this gaming chat? I don't know what that means.
What's it say? I'm blind.
Someone abusing someone else in the comments.
Okay.
I thought it was some like gaming lingo that I didn't know. Sorry everyone. Apologies. It's kicking off in here.
F's in the chat.
Oh, perfect. Good. What other YouTubers then do you watch? Out of the automotive world. Do you watch
Yeah, all the UK guys. You, Shmi, Paul, Sam, James, Becky. You guys got beef?
No. I am it up. No, it's fine. It's a good storyline, but no, I don't. So you said you're from Oz, and you've been here 2 years in the UK. Like what? I was going to say, what are you doing here? That sounds quite confrontational. What's the story? What's your background? What did you do before you did YouTube? Presumably it's full time for you.
Yeah, it's full time for me.
When did you go full time? What was the kind of?
So I was doing nothing back in Australia. I was doing a uni course in accounting, which was so boring.
Accounting's the worst.
And I didn't see myself doing it. I couldn't see myself doing it, even though I was doing the course for a few years.
We've all been there.
And then YouTube took off, and I was like, yeah, I want to do this. So I've been doing YouTube properly, I suppose, since like 2013. I didn't go full time until like 2015. But since then, I've been full whack on the videos, and I moved to the UK basically to further my YouTube channel. Because there's so much more going on here. In Australia, there's nothing. Not in the gaming space or F1 or anything. Yeah, if you want to do any events, you've got to fly to the other side of the world, which is,
wow,
not ideal.
I find my Australian CPM is higher. Like, if anyone watches my video in Australia, I get paid twice the amount for that Australian set of eyeballs than I do for UK. I don't know what that means.
Interesting. I think US CPM is pretty good too.
Yeah. Would you ever move out there?
Tempting, but again, there's nothing really out there. I'd been in a very similar scenario to what I was in Australia. Yeah, because F1 in America, people are more about cars. Like, not if they are into cars, it's like NASCAR and IndyCar.
In a circle.
Yeah, a lot of people in America don't like F1 as much. So
they've got IndyCar, haven't they?
Yeah, they got IndyCar, which is pretty cool.
It is quite cool actually. I think it should be bigger in Europe, but it's not.
No,
I don't know why.
I do tune into the Indy 500 every year. That's a good one to watch. Are you into much motorsport?
Do you know what? I love F1. I'm not that nerdy about it. I'll happily just sit there and watch it, and then I'll watch a bit of the gunk before and after it.
Yeah.
I do watch Formula E as well.
Oh yeah.
A little bit, not quite as aggressive about it, but I do appreciate what Formula E are doing.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the kind of little bits that they do. Look at you sliding around. You are good at this, aren't you? You've just done this before.
I'm getting the hang of it now.
I spoke too soon. Way better than me. No, I do like Formula E, and it's cool to see some of the drivers that you've watched in other disciplines coming into Formula E.
Yeah.
And watching them knocking around. And the tech's coming on so fast year on year. I'm quite interested in that side as well.
Yeah,
obviously first season and the cars now, they can go a bit further, they go a bit faster, whatever.
Yeah.
So it'd be cool to see what they do with that. Extremely, obviously, it's going to be mayhem.
Yeah. They got their first race this weekend, I think, first round. Yeah. So that'll be really cool. Veloce have got their own team, so
They certainly have. I was about to
check
say
them
the big up Veloce Extreme team. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Lots of big names in it as well.
yeah, there was Hamilton's team.
I'm
Ross
excited to
Drake.
see them all get over competitive about it.
Yeah.
'Cause they'll go in like chilled, like but they'll get over it.
I'd love to see him drive the cars and see who.
Is Ross
better
Drake actually
off.
driving?
No. They're getting their own specific drivers.
Chuck him in there.
Yeah.
He's had it too easy. He's become a vlogger.
Yeah, he's trying to
He's
get it on
far
our
too
game.
easy. Ross, now get back to work.
We're going to
mate.
kick him out.
I love that. And he's like Formula 1 World Champion. He's like, sorry, I'm just going to be a vlogger now.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Perfect.
Yeah.
An absolute champion.
That's what I love about modern F1 and the drivers. They're so not media savvy, but like internet savvy now. There's so many like streaming, like Lando and Charles and the.
Our Horizon scouts won't stop
which,
blethering about some classic car
Verstappen
band
is
nearby.
apparently chaos.
Come out with find
Oh
it.
yeah,
What about
he's
you?
ridiculous. He's like esports level. He plays every so often, but he's able to keep up with the pros of each discipline, which is crazy.
And that's often what people don't understand. You can be good in a car, but you jump in a sim, you might be rubbish.
Yeah, you can be.
You're not going to be as bad as I am, but you're going to be way off the esports kids. It's a completely different discipline. Would you say it's totally different?
The skills are transferable, but like anything in motorsport, you need seat time in order to be competitive. So like once these F1 drivers play the F1 games or other sims, they quickly catch up. They figure out what it takes to go fast, and that's their day job. So it's remarkable how quickly they're able to pick up certain driving styles in order to.
It must be weird with the sims because obviously you've got the vibration, the leading or whatever, but you still can't, I guess, get that sensation of when you put the brakes on, you get thrown forward. When you put your foot down, you kind of all the feel of kind of the tyres breaking traction or whatever. Are you any good around a track? Have you done much track time? What have you driven around tracks?
I've not driven cars around a track. I've done karting, a lot of karting before. I'm all right. I actually don't suit driving style of karting. I think I'd be better in cars.
Really?
Yeah, because karting is very different to like what I'm used to on the sim. Like in karting, you barely brake. It's all about carrying minimum speed and stuff like that. It's
really?
very
I've
different.
been in a kart once. I hated it.
It's good fun.
I had a sore neck within 5 minutes of just driving around at the back being grumpy. I hated it.
It's very physical, and if you're a heavy fella like me, then you're not going to be competitive. So it's frustrating if you want to do well.
You need to be a little pigeon like Archie.
Yeah, basically.
He loves karting. That's where it all started. I think he's always trying to tell me about karts. Just not interested. Absolutely not interested. Would you want to do more track stuff? If someone gave you a drive in a series on track, is that something you'd want to do?
Oh hell yeah!
Do you want to move into that, or are you happy with the kind of the esports side of things?
If the opportunity presented itself, of course, that'd be like monumental for the channel to have that kind of niche, because not many people within motorsport, really vlog their journey or show behind the scenes of what goes on behind in race weekends. But it's as you know, motorsport is so expensive. It's crazy.
I've heard from Archie. Yeah, he's been telling me he cleared his parents out racing, but that's it, and it's just a sad part of it, really.
Yeah.
But it's cool the esports now. The technology is there. That you know, talent is getting to the top, not wallets.
Yeah.
Which is really really cool. Yeah, it's really exciting actually.
Eventually, sim racing will be like the grassroots for motorsport, and it'll make it more accessible. Because the gap between real life and sim racing is getting smaller every year, which is really exciting.
Yeah, I've always thought that, you know, and I'm not saying anything away, obviously, from Formula 1 drivers, they're absolutely incredible, but it's not like football, where the guys in the Premiership are probably the best people around at kicking a ball with the most natural ability.
Yeah.
Most people have had a go at kicking a ball, and anyone that's been absolutely belting at it is kind of pushed forward. But in terms of the guys in motorsport, certainly in Formula 1, they're the best of the ones that have been able to continue getting through or been able to get breaks, you know?
Yeah, they're constantly...
some of them, their talent has meant that they've had sponsors and people have shoveled them through, but some of them, you know, I'm obviously not naming names, you could just pay your way in.
Yeah,
it's
pretty
unlike
much.
any sport in the world, really.
No.
I can't think of any others where you just pays your money and you know, you're in the World Cup final. You know?
Imagine, like, that's ridiculous.
But that's what it's akin to.
Yeah, exactly.
But then the other argument, I guess, is that those people, without putting that cash in, the sport wouldn't be where it is.
No.
Potentially.
Yeah.
So
See
it's
some
interesting.
teams go under if there aren't paid drivers, and you want to have as many cars on the grid as possible. So it's one of those things in the modern guise of Formula 1 where everything's so expensive, you kind of have to live with paid drivers for the time being. But hopefully, we're seeing that trend die away a little bit.
Yeah.
But hopefully in a few years, you know, paid drivers and stuff will be a thing of the past. Hopefully, but
It's interesting.
you know, even like some amazing drivers are paid drivers. Like Lance Stroll was originally a paid driver, but he's really earning his seat now. He's really standing up in that Aston Martin.
He's giving old Vettel run for his money. He's at Aston Martin, isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he did well against Sergio Perez as well. He was up there in Turkey. He got pole position.
Perez, unbelievable.
He is, yeah. He's very underrated.
Yeah. It's thinking man's choice, old Perez. Good. So I'm just being mesmerised by what you're doing here. Is this a potential in the garage? You alright?
I have looked at them as well, yeah.
Would you churn your old, I say old, but your proper R8 for the new Fandango V10 Plus, whatever it is?
I need to drive one first and see if the emotion is there in the theatre. Because the V10, like the pre-filters that they put in the cars years ago,
APF filters,
they sound wicked. Have you driven one?
I had a Press R8 years ago, a white one with red roof from Audi Press, Tiptronic or S-Tronic, whatever they called it.
Yeah.
Yeah, belting, the roof off was great, absolutely great, but it sounds like a Hurricane, but it's not a bad thing.
No, it's not at all. It's engaging to drive, it's not...
The tip is less so, like S-Tronic, the auto, you know, it is less engaging to drive, but sometimes you don't want to be, I mean, you must jump in the A35 sometimes and just think, thank God I don't have to mess around with the clutch, I'm tired, I'm sick of changing gears sometimes. Yeah. I would go manual though. Manual V10, maybe facelift.
Oh, so the Gen 1, like what Seb Delaney had, kind of thing.
Yes, possibly. I don't know what he had. I kind of lose track. He changed 3 cars. Well. We all go lose track of what cars we all got. So ridiculous, surreal world. Absolutely surreal. One thing I was going to ask you: do you feel like when I make a video, I feel incredibly judged in terms of like just like views and stuff like that, and like are people going to hate what I've done, you know, sentiment, stuff like that. But with you, you've also got, you know, when you're competing and stuff, do you get stressed out? You know, do you get stressed out that you're going to get absolutely caned in a race and everyone's going to call you an idiot and say you're slow, say you're crap? Like, how do you deal with that? Do you get stressed out? Do you still enjoy the job?
Yeah, I enjoy the job. It's part of you know, uploading to YouTube basically. It's very numbers driven, and you're only, in a way, in your own head, you're only as good as your last video. Like if one video like does crap, you're like, oh, like you
it drags the next one down as well.
Yes, exactly. So like when you're on a good rhythm, you can churn out videos and not really worry. But like if you have a string of videos where they're not doing well, you're like, oh, you start to question Like
What am
you're
I doing with my
uploading.
life?
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
gonna go get a job in Waitrose. I've had enough of this.
Yeah, I think it's something that
Which leaves
happens
us
to all
with
us
the 12
YouTubers
best
who
road racers at the festival,
we
all
take
competing to be
great
crowned
pride
the
in what we
new
upload,
road racing
and,
champion at Horizon.
yeah, there are highs
This
and lows. But
is the Colossus.
eventually,
Are you
it
ready?
picks up again.
Just
you
got
know?
to keep throwing mud at the wall.
Yeah, basically.
But I think slumps are quite normal. I think we've seen a bit of a slump across like a lot of the automotive UK guys. Pretty much everyone's down on their views at the moment, and I don't think it's never often even a reflection of the content.
No.
It's just algorithm shift. I know that sounds like making up excuses, but you know, I can put out rubbish one week and it'll fly, and rubbish the next week and it won't. It's still rubbish.
Yeah.
But it's just not getting as many views. Or sometimes something will just go absolutely mental where you've been doubting even putting it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
It's weird.
for anyone watching them, because obviously you've got the YouTube thing sussed. I still don't feel like I've got it sussed at all. I'm still learning.
I'm still learning too. I don't think there's a day where, I don't know, you're constantly learning. The goalposts are always moving with the algorithm. It's annoying, but at the same time, it's kind of good because it keeps you on your toes and you don't get bored in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're always
something going on.
testing new things and stuff. So, yeah.
Perfect.
And as well, like people's interests change over time as well. Like, you know, you might be into gaming for a certain amount of time, you might be into cars, then you move on to something else like watches or shoes or whatever the hell it might be, TikTok, whatever.
Yeah, that's it. And your audience gets older as
Yeah.
well. They kind of get older with you, and it's about growing with them, but
Yeah.
also not losing what you were doing to begin with, and your kind of USP and what dragged people in the first place.
It's an interesting balance to try and strike.
Somebody's going to ask you as well. People always ask me, and I don't know why they're asking me because obviously I haven't sussed it. Advice. I want to be a YouTuber. Give me some advice.
Make sure you're doing what you're passionate about. If you don't care about the content and the people watching won't care, try to be different. Try and bring something to the table that no one else has done before. Basically, try and be unique. Did I say that? I probably said that.
Different and unique. Yeah, we can say it different ways.
And make sure you're constantly uploading. Every video you upload is a new chance for you to grow and blow up on the platform. So the more tickets you buy, the more chance you have of winning the lottery. So there
Just
you
churn
go.
it out, basically.
Yeah.
Solid
And if you
advice.
enjoy it, it won't feel like work. So be patient. The first 1,000 subscribers or whatever is always the hardest. And as
Yeah,
you grow,
definitely.
it's more of a snowball effect, or hopefully.
Not in my case, just a war of attrition. Picking up the odd follower here and there. Okay, cool, perfect. Well, I think we'll wrap it up on that note. We've done an hour of that.
Really, that went quick?
Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah. Time flies when you're with a seasoned pro like me.
I've been hogging the controller. I'm sorry about that.
I am so relieved you've been doing it because I am so bad, and if I've got any of your audience watching this, they're just going to abuse me. They're going to be like, "This is just awful." Thank you very much.
No worries,
I appreciate it. I know
it's
you're a
been a
busy
pleasure.
bee, and congrats on the success. Absolutely smashing it. Hopefully we'll get out on a little drive, and hopefully I can do a video with your car. That's all
Awesome.
right.
Yeah, go for it.
And
Man.
you can watch me at work running around with my little handheld, making stuff up and pointing at it. But that'd be really cool. Maybe some road trips. And yeah, really appreciate your time.
Yeah.
I would spud you, but it's COVID. Well, we can do it anyway. Don't lick your hands. I'll punch your elbow.
There we go.
Everything goes these days. Thank you very much, mate.
No worries. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, pleasure to meet you, and congrats on all the success. I wish you ongoing success. Thank you so much for watching at home. Make sure, and I'm sure you're already subscribed to his channel, but if you're not, go and subscribe, check out what he does. And yeah, that will be that. Thank you very much, guys. Cheers to Veloci for the pizza and the beer and the use of your facilities.
Yeah.
Make sure you subscribe to Veloci's channel as well, and I'll see you all very soon for more TGE Tuesdays. Ciao!